Lonely Estate Agency. Today I'm joined by Danielle Nash, who is the boss lady of Property Academy. Danny, you said to me before we switched the cameras on that you think many estate agents are really, really lonely. What do you mean by that? Talk to me.
What I mean by that, Chris, is that we are very privileged at Property Academy to work with some fantastic business owners, but it's a massive, massive step to move away from being employed to start your own business. And ultimately, the people that we work with that are running a estate agency, whether they've got 4 employees or 100, get up every day and go to work completely responsible for their employees' ability to pay their mortgages, feed their kids, heat their homes, have a holiday. And that's hard. It shouldn't be underestimated. And one of the things that I talk to agents a lot about is who do they talk to? Because if you are ultimately responsible, you might have a management team, but there are some concerns and opportunities that you need to keep to yourself. And that can be quite isolating, I think.
Running your own business is a lonely old job. I mean, you could say, well, you get up to the top of the mountain, the view is amazing, but it's getting up to the top of the mountain. What advice would you give to people who are feeling lonely? And it is, it's a lonely old game. What would you say?
I think build your network. Obviously at Property Academy, that's what we do. We facilitate the networks through our leadership groups. But that's not for everybody. But there are so many forums on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Could you mix with
Agents Together? Yep.
Agents Together, yes. Lovely Sarah Ed. Who can you mix with in your local towns, to talk to about who would you trust, who can you be friendly with, have a coffee, go, oh my God, you'll never guess what's happened this week, or oh, I've got this amazing opportunity. Just have conversations and be open to sharing.
100% agree with you, because at the end of the day, if that's what I love about the Property Academy, and again, other affiliate organisations are available, and you can do it yourself with just mentoring, is that if you can talk to someone who's been walked in your shoes, then they understand. And sometimes just verbalizing it and someone else on the other side understanding it, it's priceless, isn't it?
It is. And it's a bit like for people that have had children, you have your antenatal classes and you mix with other parents, because if your 2-year-old's doing something and 9 or 10 other people go, oh, mine's doing that as well, you think, oh, thank God, it's not just me. Whereas if it's just yours, that's a bit more of a concern. And it's exactly the same in business. If you're sitting in a room with 12 or 13 other people that are all doing what you're doing, they're getting up, they're employing their staff, they're dealing with the intricacies of running a business, and you sit there and you say, this has happened, it's catastrophic, and then someone else goes, oh, that happened to me, and this is a solution, or this is what we found worked. And equally, from a positive point of view, if you've got an opportunity and you don't know what to do, if you can sit in a room with people and they go, that sounds fantastic, you should definitely take that step, you just get out of that echo chamber of your own thoughts.
So really, and again, this is not an advert for Property Academy, although it is really, really cool.
Thank you.
It's a bit like Estate Agents Anonymous, isn't it?
Yes.
That there's a sufficient trust in that room that, yes, there's a speaker there. And again, they don't need to necessarily join the Property Academy for this. They could get together with some other agents. And like you say, you could, there's lots of Facebook groups where you could almost say, let's 5 of us meet for a burger or something, or a pizza, and just share your concerns, your fears and your frustrations. And if someone else says, yes, I've been there, and they understand, because I don't care what you say, you can't say it to your employees.
No. You
can't say it to your other half, because, they've got enough shit going around in their own lives and they don't understand how to run their own business. But talking to a fellow agent is great, isn't it?
Exactly. And if you're brave enough to start a business, you can be brave enough to share your concerns and your hopes as well, and be open about your own successes and failures.
But people being vulnerable and vulnerabilities, it is a superpower, but not many people like to be vulnerable. What advice would you give to anyone? I mean, you obviously have to trust people. You
do have to trust people. And I'd say if you use a proven forum, like Property Academy, or whatever one you feel comfortable with, that's half the battle.
I'd say it's most of the battle.
Yeah, we operate on, in all the years we've been doing it, and we started running the groups in 2009, to my knowledge, nobody has ever broken the sanctity of that room, in that what goes on in that room.
Chatham House rules.
Exactly right. And to my knowledge, with all the hundreds of members that we've had pass through our doors, no one has ever broken that rule. So it's just finding the forum that works for you and trusting in it. And you don't have to sit there and just blurt out everything that you're concerned about. You know, just start with something small. You know, I'm here today with you. This isn't the first time I've done this. You know, you start with a little bit of speaking and then you do a bit more and you do it the same as you. And it's incremental. And it's the same with that kind of vulnerability piece. Start with something small. You know, we've got a really troublesome member of the team. Has anyone got any advice? And then you can build up to things such as, I'm thinking, you know, I've had an offer to sell my business. You know, you wouldn't necessarily start with that.
No.
But incremental steps, I think.
The thing that that screams at me, what you said a few minutes ago, is that you're in your own echo chamber and you only listen to yourself. And the problem with life is that sometimes you only know what you know, don't you? And getting a different person's opinion who's in the same position as you is priceless. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree with that. You know, to kind of flip what you've said, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
And I think diversity of thought and learning from other people's experience and sharing your own experience can really help, because we tend to do what we've always done in the way that we've always done it. So, for example, Libby's taken over running the groups from me, and she does it in a different way. But the end result is that everything's fine, everyone knows where they're going, the speakers are briefed. The fact that she does it in a different way and in a more efficient way, you know, is beneficial for everybody, because going to people that don't do things the way that you do them enables you to spot the gaps in your own thinking. And the more you fill in those gaps, that, you know, the greater the benefit for your business.
So actually, you're not only problem solving, you're actually creating great solutions that are probably even better than you would come up with yourself.
Exactly right. And also you're growing as a person.
It's a win-win situation. Thank you for your time today.